You know, look at that. Hi everyone, it's UFO Bob right here along with
TastyChronicles
and
JKOadventures.
that's right, and we are in downtown LA in Little Tokyo. And yeah, see up back there. It says Japanese Village Plaza in Japanese and in English. And I tell you, it's 11 degrees Celsius here, and that's about 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty nice. And we're basically I'm going to let Tasty Chronicles take over because she knows the history of Little Tokyo better than I do. And so, without further ado, here we go. And I'm going to swing the camera around so I can play camera operator. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. Maybe. Okay, John. Help! I may have to do it this way. I'm trying to pop it around.
No, right here. See this button?
There it is. Yeah. Hey, it's
work?
There you go. Yeah, now I gotta fix that.
Enough about the technical difficulties. I think I know who's online right now. I think it's John. John, you're online. Heiko and Britta. Hopping Fox, Dosh, Jason, who else is on? Looking at the... Oh yeah, everybody we know.
The whole gang's here.
Anyway, I want to thank Britta and Heiko and the Hopping Fox again for doing the live stream and in Germany, Dusseldorf, Germany, and which started off our live stream here in Little Tokyo, downtown Los Angeles, and we're back again.
Yeah, and we want to thank John for supporting us. This is really an amazing thing. We're blown away.
So anyway, we're back here again, and you notice it's like 8-something in the morning, and it is empty. Actually, this is the best time to be here because you can actually do some exploring before any of the shops open. Unless you're hungry, then there's only a few shops that are open if you're hungry and you want to grab a cup of coffee. But there's a lot of interesting history about Little Tokyo that a lot of tourists and a lot of locals don't even know. For one thing, Little Tokyo has a very rich history in developing the history of Los Angeles. So I believe in the 1800s, when they came here, a lot of Japanese immigrants came here to actually work on the railroad, the Southern Pacific Railroad, that connected San Francisco to San Diego. So they came here and they worked on the railroads along with the Chinese that immigrated here as well. When the railroad companies, when the railroads were actually finished, a lot of the immigrants, the Chinese and the Japanese immigrants, didn't actually move out. They actually stayed here in Los Angeles, thinking that they're going to have a new future. Okay, so with that respect, Little Tokyo is actually one of many Japanese towns in the United States. But in California, there are actually 3.5 Japanese towns. One of them is in San Francisco, one of them is in San Jose, I believe. This one here in Los Angeles is a Japanese town, and there is a brand new one, Sawtelle Japanese town, which is in West Los Angeles. And it's pretty cool because it's basically an array of, or a lot of communities and shops that are geared towards the Japanese community or Japanese American community. And so you'll find a lot of little boutique shops, a lot of anime shops, a lot of manga shops. Well, not a whole lot, but you'll find anything with Japanese pop culture, you'll find it here. If you're looking for Japanese food, you'll find it here.
By the way, I want to answer a couple questions that popped up from Britta and Hiko. The answer is we all live within about an hour of where we're at. I'm south of here. I believe, I don't know exactly where.
I'm about, I I think 17 miles from here. It only took me about 15 minutes to drive here. But if I took the metro, and if you pan that way, actually let's walk to this corner down
Okay.
here.
Hey, Ram Silent.
For those of you, if you plan to travel to Los Angeles, and you have 24 hours that you want to kill on a layover, downtown Los Angeles happens to be one of those places where you can come and you can do a lot in a 24-hour period, believe it or not. There's just so much to do in downtown Los Angeles. But for those of you who plan to travel here for whatever reason, whether it's for business or pleasure, and you have 24 hours to kill, you can do it here in downtown Los Angeles. But I want to point out where the metro is for Little Tokyo. Just across the street here is the Little Tokyo Gold Line, Metro Gold Line. So if you happen to fly into LAX and you have a 24-hour layover and you want to go somewhere, go to downtown LA and spend all your time in downtown LA until your flight has to leave. You can either rent a car, and I think renting a car for just one day is like $35, or you can take a metro from LAX, which will take you a long time. I think you need to take a shuttle. But the point is that there are many ways to get to Little Tokyo, and for one thing is that you can take a shuttle bus from LAX to Union Station. From Union Station you can catch that metro rail right there that will take you from Union Station to Little Tokyo. I think a day pass for the metro rail is like $7, but and actually you can do the metro all day. It's like a 24-hour period if you take the day pass, but it's pretty easy. It only takes like about 10 minutes to wait for the metro from Union Station, and then you ride it here. But ironically, it's actually a 10-minute walk from Union Station to get to here to Little Tokyo, but I'm just saying. But anyway, I want to point out, that's the Little Tokyo Metro Rail, and it's just right across the street to get to all the good stuff.
Also, you might point out they're building a brand new station right here. That's what all that construction is.
They're building a new station, one, because the Olympics is potentially, well, I think they're coming to Los Angeles, and when is it coming here? I think 2029. But they're preparing for a lot of good things here, and a lot of it has to do with increasing the public transportation in around the areas of downtown.
We really don't have efficient public transportation. I was born and raised here, and we just drive. We drive everywhere ourselves. So that is can be a little bit inconvenient who aren't familiar with a city that doesn't have efficient
And that's the thing, a lot of tourists come here and they realize that, oh gosh, I got to rent a car.
Yes.
And then there's traffic. You got to deal with the LA traffic. Ironically, it'll take you maybe an hour and a half to go 9 miles on the freeways when there's rush hour traffic. But LA is doing much better with regards to increasing the public transportation, particularly the metro. But anyway, I want to show you some of the things that you'll see here when you come here. To our very right is the Japanese American National Museum. If you wanted to know more about Japanese American history and the immigration of Japanese from Japan to Los Angeles and to the United States, for that fact, this is where you want to start. Okay.
Let's take a second. Kanai's there. Hi, Kanai.
Kanai.
Konnichiwa. Genki desu ka?
I know it's late, sorry.
And we're sorry to keep you up so late.
Hi, sumimasen.
But anyway, we want to show you that the Japanese American Museum, National Museum is here. Just behind it is the MoCA, which is the Contemporary Museum. Museum of Contemporary Art. And you'll find a lot of contemporary art there, and a lot of exhibits as well.
Okay, hang on. John says I need the mic is only on the front, so that means that some of the audio sucks.
Okay, sorry about that.
So wait a minute. Is
Okay,
that
so
okay? Wait a
John,
minute. Wait a minute. Let's double check. So is this talk and tell me if it's better, John?
Can you actually hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Because he said I had to turn the camera around.
Okay.
There's no.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so when we're live streaming, we have to do selfie mode if he wants to hear me from behind.
So I need to bring it around. So
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm in front of the camera. But if you stay like within this distance, he should be able to hear me.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So anyway, this side is the Japanese American National Museum.
Thank you.
There's a lot of public art all around Little Tokyo. This is this Rubik's Cube type of thing is one of the public art that you'll see around Little Tokyo. I think you want to go that way.
Yeah, I've got it.
And then,
I'm trying to make sure that they can hear us clearly.
this building right here is one of the oldest buildings. It's actually a Japanese town. And it's one of the oldest buildings here in Los Angeles. And it's now a museum for the Go for Broke National Education Center. It used to be a Japanese temple. I believe it was Buddhist temple. You want to show them the sign right here?
Well, there's a plaque here I wanted them to see.
So this is the Hompa Hongwanji Buddhist Temple, Los Angeles. And it's no longer a Buddhist temple, it's now a museum. It used to be the first Japanese American National Museum till they actually moved the location just across the way. But anyway, this is the old temple. But there are 4 Japanese temples in Little Tokyo. So let's go down here and I'll tell you what it is. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we're going to have to work out, if we're going to do this again, we've got to work out a better audio system.
Yeah, we'll have to wear them. Okay, so this whole stretch, what you don't know about Little Tokyo is that this whole stretch is this whole stretch of Little Tokyo, at least on this side of the street, is a national landmark. Yes, a national landmark. As of 1995, the community of Little Tokyo entered, or I think registered 13 buildings to become a national monument or national historical landmark, and they got it. And they did that for the fact that they want to preserve the actual Japanese community here. So we're going to walk across the street. If you notice across the street, you'll notice a Japanese fire watchtower. Now that's supposed to be symbolic of the Japanese village Plaza, which opened sometime around 1978. Ironically, I was here in 1978 when it opened. My dad took us here, and we got to see a lot of the opening and participate in what the community's events were back then. But I want to show you, if you can actually look behind here. Actually, let's do this.
I'll control this thingy. So
right.
You want me to shoot? Wait, hang on. I'm going to give them a shot here. So take a look here. Here's the tower.
Yeah, this tower is symbolic of the Japanese village Plaza, and they wanted to make it look like more of a landmark, so that way when you arrive Little Tokyo in downtown Los Angeles, you know you're in the right place. We're going to take a look down here. I want to pan towards all those buildings over there.
So when you're a little far from the camera, make sure to speak up so they can hear you.
Okay. Let's go behind the taxi.
Okay. I tell you, John, you make this look so bloody easy, and it's not.
So, oh, it dawned on me. You know what? It dawned on me. It dawned on me.
It dawned on her.
It dawned on me. I think the reason why it's empty today is because there's an actual, in a few hours, there'll actually be the Women's March in downtown LA, which is probably 3 blocks down that way. But anyway, there are 13 buildings along the First Street here. And those are the ones that are listed as national historical monuments in the United States. These 13 buildings represent what old Little Tokyo was like back in the 1920s through the 1940s. So a lot of these buildings are super old. That particular building right there, which is the white one right there, if you notice at the very top, which I think you can zoom.
Hang on. I did it. Come on.
Oh, well, that's okay.
No, I know. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, now.
Okay,
you
there.
go. Sorry
Go.
about guys.
Go up, 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 up. I think we can get
Up
it.
more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you could, probably you could barely see it, but it says 1882. That white building is one of the oldest on this block.
1882 is, where is it located?
At the very top of over there.
Oh, I see it. Maybe
Yeah.
just see if I can squeeze in on it and read that. Hang on, guys. I'm going to try and get that 1882 for you.
Britta and Heiko are asking about how big is this Little Tokyo area?
Oh.
Is it just 1 block or is it
No, this Little Tokyo happens to be about 5 blocks, which is equivalent to, it could be about almost 2 miles, 2-mile radius, or 5 blocks. It used to extend towards. It used to be extended towards. It used to be extended towards the Arts District, which is past where we were by the Japanese American Museum, but now it's a lot longer, but it's not as long as it used to be. It was much bigger back in the early 20th century. If you notice that tower up above over there, that's actually the Los Angeles City Hall. And all the women's marchers are going to congregate there in about 2 hours. So we're lucky we had the live stream right now to avoid all the crowdedness. But anyway, this whole block, 13 buildings, all historical monuments, and this whole entire block represents old Little Tokyo. Old Little Tokyo. And the Japanese Village Plaza represents New Tokyo. Well, not really New Tokyo, but
We'll zoom in down there and see if.
Yeah.
Hang on. And so that area down there, where all the new construction's at.
Where the watchtower is 1978. That's when they started revitalizing Little Tokyo. So let's go through the little Village Plaza. Let's do that.
Okay.
But we'll go through here to show them what one of the.
Oh yes, this is a really. Hang on. Let me show them this spot here. See if I can get the back. You okay? So this is one of those secret alleyways, just like John. And what's in this alley? Check it out.
An actual Buddhist temple. And I was actually in here a few weeks ago, opened the gates. But this is what it looks like in the parking lot area. And by the way, this is not the oldest Buddhist temple, Japanese Buddhist temple in Tokyo.
And I know, John, you've mentioned what these paper prayers are. I can't remember the name. Shall we go up there for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, this is Japan, and get an idea of what it looked like. Yeah,
I think these represent a lot of people's wishes, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, and then I'm sure Kanai can read, and John too, for that matter, what's right there, but I have no clue. I could read maybe about 10% of it. And then there's a bust here. There All right. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, there we go. And then we'll pan around. And I'm sorry. I hope we'll get better as we go along. I'm trying my best to give you steady shots and good composition and all that good stuff. And Tasty Chronicles over here, and they've left me all by myself. I feel so alone. Oh, geez. All right, so now you're stuck with me talking while we walk down this alleyway. Let's see if I have anything clever to say. Oh, cool. John says that that bust of the guy is the guy who built the temple.
Oh, there you go.
Can I read it? Thank you. Can I? Arigato gozaimashita. So now we're heading to another portion of downtown or of Little Tokyo. This is more touristy, and it's kind of like a Disneyland version of Japan.
Yeah, I actually came here in 1978 when they actually opened this Village Plaza, and it is very gimmicky to make it look like it's a Japanese,
I mean, I understand it. It makes sense, but once you've been to Japan, you've been to Tokyo or Kyoto or Osaka, Nara, it's not quite the same after you've been there.
There's an irony on this. Only the ironic part about all this, the Village Plaza, is that it wasn't designed by a Japanese architecture. It was designed by a Korean American architecture.
The one thing go ahead.
There are a lot of food places here.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll find ramen. You'll find your basic dessert shops. You'll find a lot of shops that have a lot of souvenirs, and you'll also find your basic Hello Kitty stuff.
Meow. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
The actual Sanrio store is here in Little Tokyo, so we have one here.
You're gonna have to speak up because
sorry.
you're way ahead of me.
If you're looking for a Sanrio shop in Little Tokyo, it's here. It's actually right here. We're right in front of it.
Let's try not to get my reflection there. It doesn't really help, does it? Oh well.
This Mitsuru Cafe.
Wait a minute. I want to show them the Japanese lanterns. I think they're pretty. So the photographer in me wants to get that stuff.
The food blogger in me wants to show you the food.
And I want to photograph it.
Unfortunately, everything's closed. So the Mitsuru Cafe.
Oh, hang on.
Because you're going to get some foodies looking at this
yes,
place.
the foodies are going. So,
Mitsuru Cafe. Okay, pan down.
You don't pan so fast. You got to be able to read it. Okay, here we go. Coming back down. Roger that. We're clear for lunch.
This is a family Japanese owned. I think it's 3 generations, maybe 2 generations owned street food shop.
And look at that. We know what's made in there, don't we? And we are hungry even at this hour of the morning.
And ironically, the lines are pretty long.
Great. Hang on. John Oral. Yes, it's working great. Thank you.
And the lines get pretty long here when they open at 11 o'clock. In fact, a lot of the food shops here open at 11 o'clock. Good morning, officers. Pretty good.
Under the protection of the LAPD.
Hi.
This is live streaming. Whoa, let's go this way so they can see. All right.
So you'll find a lot of food shops. There's an actual Japanese market here.
Ooh, hang on. I've goofed up somehow. I better figure what I just did wrong. Come on, swing around. There we go.
Mikawaya, if you're from Southern California and you know about Mikawaya, you know that this is the mochi ice cream shop that's been here forever. I think I want to say it's about 2 or 3 generations ownership, and it's still the original owner. is around. Oh, I think they're around. I'm not sure, but you'll find ice cream here. You know, mochi filled with ice cream, and they actually sell the ice cream packets of mochi ice cream.
I can't see anything.
But I just want to show you what this is. Actually, maybe we should walk that way so we
Okay.
can actually show the shop.
All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did it again. Oh, no, don't do that. No, no. Oh, evil. It's going crazy on me. Uh-oh. I gotta fix this thing. It's just...
Turn off your gimbal and then turn it back on.
Okay,
Yeah.
gimbal off, gimbal on. Okay, gimbal back on. Let's see. Sorry, guys, you're getting a nice shot of the sky and the umbrella. If I have to do this, I'll just do it by hand. You know what? If I have to, I'll just do it this way.
You're gonna do it.
There you go. Sorry.
So that's Mikawaya. Show them where Mikawaya is. The Oat Mochi Ice Cream Shop. That's the pathway where we went through to get to the Japanese Village Plaza. I'm going to show you one of my favorite shops to get coffee and donuts.
Okay, and I gotta figure out how to fix this gimbal so you guys don't have this shaky picture. But you learn to adapt and overcome and still make it work. John, again, my hat's off to you. I can't figure out how you manage to do all this and run into a frigid ocean. You're crazed, man.
Okay, so like one of the hidden gems of Little Tokyo is right in front of the Blooming Art Shop, and it's this wishing tree. And if you notice, these are everybody's wishes. The owner of Blooming Arts usually puts out a bench and these colorful papers and pens, and anybody that comes here to Little Tokyo, the significance is to come back. So when you fill out a wish and you hang it up on the tree, the significance is that your wish will come true. And then let's pay on Blooming Arts.
And we'll get the artwork in the window. That's right, Jason, he has.
And so,
Hey, Nosh.
if you notice, in the line right there in front of my favorite coffee and donut shop, Cafe Dolce, there's a bunch of people protesting. There's a bunch of women protesters waiting to get coffee and donuts. But unfortunately, because there is copyrighted music, I don't think we'll be able to get coffee and donuts.
It's copyrighted.
But that's it right there. We're going to show them the shop.
Cafe Dulce. Dulce, I don't know.
You can look right here and show them what it looks like. I know.
Sorry again about the shakiness. Either the battery on the gimbal has died or I've done something wrong. Wow, you know, we're at 30 minutes already. I can't believe this. The time goes. Yeah, we're going to try not to go much more than another 5 minutes, simply to, you know, not to bore you.
Now, just want to explain that there's a lot of boutiques that you can find in Little Tokyo, and a lot of it's pop culture, inspired Japanese pop culture. So you'll find a lot of, a lot of different streetwear stuff here. Japangalis is one of my favorite places to shop in, by the way, and they got some pretty cool stuff if you like into streetwear.
I like the t-shirts design here. See if we can get a good shot. It's kind of hard to see. I'll pull back and at least you can get an overview. And I'm now catching up with the ladies. Unfortunately, it's shaky. I'm bummed. Oh well, live and learn. Hey, Hopping Fox.
So, when you Village Plaza and you turn around, you'll finally notice that it is a lot of stuff in there to look at. There's some manga and anime shops straight ahead towards the left. Manga and anime and art shops.
And cosplay shops where you buy the costumes.
Just across the street, if you pan across the street,
Okay.
just across the street over there is the Japanese American Cultural Center.
Now I'd zoom in on that, but I'm holding the camera and the gimbal with both hands. So unless I use my nose, you're stuck with the shot you got.
But otherwise, you know, there is a lot of stuff to look at here. Going down that way, there's a lot of, maybe we, see, I'd like to go all the way down there, but I think the sun is so bright.
Yeah, it will
You
be.
think that will wash everything out?
It probably will. If we're
Yeah.
going to walk anyway, it'd be better in that direction. Or I'll walk backwards. Okay, if I walk backwards, then you'll be in the light. So, did you use the app from the gimbal? No, I did not. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, no, you have a gimbal app that you can be able,
Yeah.
you'll be able to control the.
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. No, I don't have that. And just.
Were you able to turn off and turn on your?
I did, but it didn't. I think what happened. I think we've used up the battery life on it.
Oh,
That's.
really?
I think so.
But it was only 30 minutes.
I know.
Oh.
Well, hey, I'm going to have to learn more about the technology.
Okay. So anyway, let's see.
Thanks, Nosh.
Let's go this way.
Oh, my thumb was in the. Sorry about that, Britta. Thank you. Yeah, live streaming. But it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. You know, it's a whole different experience. You know, I'm used to shooting my videos where I can script them out and I can compose the shots and I can retake, shots that I don't like and cut it into a way that tells the story the way I want it. But when you're live.
So you want to know about secret alleys?
Ah, yes, the secret alley. Hang on, let me stop so they can read it.
It's not so much of a secret, but it looks like a secret because sometimes people from that side don't realize there's more to this side, which has the anime and the cosplay and the manga shops.
Now, that may say Usagi, but that's really not a Playboy bunny. She says, look that way. Okay, I will. Were ya? That's cool. Here we are.
So this part of the Little Tokyo Mall has all the anime, manga.
Oh, and look at that. Does that look like a gachapon? I think so. I don't know. Oh, look
Now
at
there's a woman with her head cut off next to a bunch of stuffed animals.
I am not even going to make a comment on that.
We don't know what happened, but
Yeah.
the stuffed animals are very cute and cuddly.
But I would dare say that the woman is not. Okay, so entertainment hobby shop, Jungle, Osaka, Tokyo, Fukuoka, LA. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, こちらです. And is that Common Rider? No.
These are crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. This is the kind of stuff I grew up on as a kid. This is one of the things that got me into my love for Japan. We're watching all those Japanese monster movies as a kid.
Video game stuff, the actual cartridges to fit your old Sega or Atari systems or whatever, this is the place to go to. And
Oh, this is.
Retro Game Camp.
Look at that, guys. Hey, Jazz Hellcat. I bet you that's the problem. Oh, you didn't. I tried to balance it, but I'm sure.
Okay, let's go back this way.
I was just told that the reason the battery life probably failed was because I didn't have it fully take two. I didn't have it fully balanced, and so it taxed the motor too much. So now we have shaky camera. Hey, this is how we used to do it in film school, handheld, cinema verte. And there is JKOadventures, the quiet one, the shy one, the retiring one. He keeps us in line, truthfully. She's the balance to, see, Tasty Chronicles and I, we're both very sanguine. We're very extrovert, gregarious, and she balances us out. Okay, so now where are we headed from here?
You guys want us to sit down somewhere so we can answer some more questions?
Yeah, let's do that. Where's a good spot?
Maybe right here?
Yeah, that works for me. So I want to get a shot here that kind of represents where we're at. Let's shoot from this. You guys sit over there. That way we can at least kind of get the maybe yes, maybe no. Yeah, that's kind of okay. I'm going to have to sit here and hold the camera. Oh, you know what? What I got to do is turn it around so he can hear, so everyone can hear us. So, hang on. Hang on.
Hang on.
Live streaming at its finest. Yeah. John's got nothing on me.
You want to hit your button for the...
I do want to hit my button. There you go. Before they hit me. There you go. I'm so sorry, guys. This is crazed, isn't it? All right, here we go. I'm going to turn you over to Tasty Chronicles. So I'm hand holding this on the gimbal, trying to keep it all composed nicely. So remember to speak up so they can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear me now?
And there's a little bit of a lag. Yeah, it takes a little time. By the time they type and it actually gets transmitted, there's like about a 10-second delay.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed that, we're just now sitting down. Wow, there's a lot of people. Do you have any questions regarding Los Angeles or Little Tokyo or traveling to Los Angeles? We could probably answer your questions.
And if not, we'll fake it.
We'll fake it. Nobody has questions? Are you serious?
Someone says hi.
All right. Hi back. There you go.
Scout Cat.
Talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
Well, I tell you what, if there are no questions, we should probably go ahead and wrap up then.
Okay,
So
then maybe we should wrap up.
This is your last chance. If you have any questions, post them now. Almost there. The clock is ticking.
But otherwise,
Besides, it's late. John and Kane.
yeah, we don't want to keep you up that much longer. But that's the thing about Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a pretty big town. There are so many different types of neighborhoods, right? And
Very diverse.
Yeah, Little Tokyo happens to be one of many neighborhoods inside the whole conglomerate of Los Angeles that a lot of people come to find Japanese culture.
Yeah, and also I'd like to point out, I live in Orange County, which is about an hour south of here. And there's a huge Japanese population there. We have 2 major centers of Japanese markets, with Mitsuwa being the anchor to one. And I can't remember the other, but we have a book off in the other one. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, some of the Japanese shops, like the chain shops, that will come here and open up shop in Los Angeles. And you'll find them in and around the Southern California area, where it's mostly ethnic, densely populated with different.
Yeah, well, not only that, but Little Tokyo was the first, area in Southern California where the Japanese started to congregate when, turn of the century.
And that's very true, So, and by the way, Little Tokyo was actually founded by a Japanese sailor. Now, get that. I think 1864, this Japanese sailor came to Los Angeles and decided to open up a shop here, which happened to be an American-style cafe, of all things. And because of him, this area became Little Tokyo. A lot more Japanese immigrants moved here and settled here. And that's it. I
There
think
you go.
that's it.
I guess that's it. Oh, so
Well, what
Oh.
we wanted to do, John and Kanai, is encourage you to come visit Los Angeles.
Oh,
because
yes.
a lot of us would love to host you
Hello.
and
Hello.
show you around the town.
Hello? Is this Domino's Pizza?
but oh my God! Oh my God! Look at that! Where's this?
We're trying to see if we can hear you. So
Yeah, we
I
can-
think
John,
if you could only see what the angle that UFO Bob.
I am.
That's UFO Bob.
I'm trying to hold everything in place. Help! I'm sinking. I feel like Commander Sulu, you know, on the Enterprise.
Hello, hello.
Hi, John.
Hi, Kanai. If
Yeah.
Kanai
Hi,
is still
Kanai.
up.
Kanai is not still up. She's
Oh.
Oh no!
We're 20 minutes to 2 a.m.
Oh,
I am
Oh.
so sorry we did this at this time.
We'll pick a better hour next time.
Now I know how it feels when I do it at strange times. Oh, it's hard to find a time to meet everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't want to keep you up for any longer. We're almost done anyway. We'll probably wrap up and
when
get
John-
breakfast
in fact,
or
you know
something.
what? We can let John sign us off.
Yeah.
That'd be the best way to do it. And the only thing is that I would love to hear Peter Von Gam going, you know, oh, only in Japan. Hey, by the way, everyone who's watching who doesn't know, John has two great channels, Only in Japan and Only in Japan Go, which is a live channel. And I highly recommend you watch it. I'll make sure that the links are in the description. And then also, I highly encourage everyone to become a Patreon member and support him. And for only $1, yeah.
Stop it.
Of course, now, you see, now I'm a poor man, so I have the lower tier. This lady here, she's mega rich. She has a higher tier, so she gets all the goodies sent from Japan.
Speaking of tears, it was, I watched that live stream that you did a few hours ago, John, and I couldn't believe how many times you kept saying hipster.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was like, okay, this guy's going nuts with the word hipster. But then I said, I wasn't offended. I'm not offended by the word hipster because, there's a lot of hipsters in LA, and if Japan has Tokyo, Japan has a lot of hipsters. Guess what? LA has a lot of hipsters too. So anyway, we want to sign off.
Yes.
And
I'll see if I can't scoot over and get.
trying.
You hold that for a second.
Okay.
So I can come over here and get into the shot, and then hold
There
the
you
camera. I want to make
go.
sure all three of us are in the shot.
Hey, Britt and Heiko are right. Weird to hear John in the background.
Yeah, it's actually it was the Skype call was actually planned to surprise UFO Bob and JKOadventures.
Thank you both, because it really was a surprise. This is so cool.
But we want to sign off. Good night, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to those of you
Around the world
watching this live stream. We are live streaming for the Only in Japan community, Only in Japan TV on YouTube.
Yep.
And it's Only in Japan Patreon community and everywhere else.
You can always search for John Daub, D-A-U-B.
And that's it.
All right.
Good night, John.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night and good day to all of you around the world, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah, push it in so you can see the logo.
Okay,
We'll end on John's
logo.
Down, right there. Push it, just push in, and hold it right there. Okay. Only in Japan. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
You guys are funny.
Now I have to figure out how to turn it off.
How do we turn it off?
There you go. Bye-bye.
Oh no!